So I've been asked to talk about my journey into nutrition many a times with some pictures of mine before and after. I feel a little awkward sharing those with you, but I will. My story begins in 2003. I think I was metabolically challenged even at that time. My old records show that my blood sugars were 117 by 136. That's fasting and postprandial. But the doctors that I was consulting didn't think that there was anything wrong. In 2005, I started having a lot of trouble when I came back from an annual forest trip from Nagpur. My right leg was completely paralyzed, so to say. It hurt a lot and I had difficulty walking. The doctor that I consulted thought that I was having DVT, deep vein thrombosis. But in my own opinion, in retrospect, I would say that I suffered from peripheral arterial disease, which is a direct result of runaway blood sugars. In 2005, my numbers were 125 by 157, 125 fasting and 157 postprandial. But the doctor just ticked it and didn't think anything about it. He prescribed me some vitamin E, some low dose aspirin and some other stuff. Very soon my pain was gone. I could walk normally again, and that was it. Fast forward to 2007 in Mumbai. All of you might have experienced that with the change in weather, there is a throat infection which starts from a little scratchy, inflamed throat and then develops into a full-blown cough and cold with a lot of mucus and congestion. And for a day or two you may have fever, you will feel very drained out of energy. I was suffering this almost every 2 months, and the doctor told me that I was suffering from allergic bronchitis. He gave me steroid puffs for my condition, and my blood sugar at that time was 219, so I was a confirmed diabetic, and he gave me a combination metformin and sulfonylurea tablet, which I took for the next couple of years. Sometimes I took the full tablet, sometimes half, sometimes quarter, sometimes I completely forgot about it, and my blood sugars were running wherever they wanted to. In 2010, I was sitting with my friend, philosopher, guide, mentor Ashok Pandit at the shooting range, and he casually asked me what was my last fasting blood sugar reading. I had happened to check a couple of days ago and it was 173. He gave me a real dressing down, and the next day he called Ami and really scolded the both of us for being very reckless and careless with our health. And he said that something must be done about this. You must get your blood sugar into check. I knew that something had to be done, but I didn't know what. So I started, as anybody would, looking up on the internet for solutions to get rid of my high blood sugar. To my good fortune, I landed up on a diabetes forum which had more than 100,000 members, and it was populated by some of the people who had the most information on the subject, even much better compared to doctors, and they put me on to the path of low carbohydrate eating. As it turns out, carbohydrates convert only to glucose, and since blood glucose was my problem, so it's a no-brainer that I had to consume as less carbohydrate in my diet as I could. I started going by that advice, and within a couple of months, just maybe 2 months, I was reporting numbers which any doctor today would certify as non-diabetic. And in a way, I was cured, or I had reversed my diabetes. That is not true. If I eat badly, my diabetes is ever present. It's a chronic condition and it will spring up without a warning. Once I started learning the ropes about this low carb, high fat way of eating, I definitely needed to be sure of this system myself, and therefore I read study after study after study on the subject from excellent government sites, peer-reviewed journals and scientific publications. Once I was convinced that I was on the right track, I adopted this way of eating. In the beginning, eating an omelette without bread or having dinner without rice or wheat was a little difficult, but I was able to overcome that in 15 days or so. And the beauty of this way of eating is that slowly the requirement of the body for food goes drastically down and your portions come down very nicely. Not just that, you are able to read the body signals so clearly. So now I eat only when I am hungry and not because of appetite. In the initial days, we were just what could be termed as low carbing or better carbing. We just improved the quality of our carbohydrate content. But as I studied more and more and more and researched the subject more and more and more, we switched from a merely low carb to a low carb, high fat style of eating. I start my day today with 3 tablespoons of raw coconut oil, and whenever possible I will add butter or ghee or olive oil to any soup or dal or even some of the vegetables on the side that I eat. As I started curtailing my carbohydrate intake, I found that there was no need for any medication or any drugs to control any of my conditions. All the symptoms of diabetes that I had, mostly I used to have rashes and fungus, and I would feel sort of a drunkenness the whole day. And when I started a better or a low carbohydrate way of eating, all my symptoms disappeared on their own, and one by one I removed or eradicated all the medication that was ever needed. Since June of 2011, I have not taken any medicine, and by God's grace, I have got fever only on 2 occasions, one for a full day, almost 12 hours, and once just for about 3 hours. I have been able to take care of my fever or get rid of my fever just by drinking large amounts of water at room temperature. Once you are able to listen to your body signals, I think you've won more than half the battle. So initially there are bound to be a few hiccups, but stick with the plan, stay with the plan, and it's very easy to go through with this. At that point of time, I naturally felt that I should share my knowledge with others and inform them or advise them how proper diet should be. But as it turns out, since I was a nobody was interested in listening to me. This is how I enrolled and took my certification from UCLA Berkeley and became a nutritionist in the year 2012. I must add that I passed with almost 97-98% marks, though I had my own beliefs on nutrition, and my instructor was kind enough to allow me the liberty of having my own thought process and my own ideas on nutrition, because I had this chronic condition called diabetes. Once I had that certificate, I felt that I was qualified to talk about the subject, and I had this certificate hanging behind me on the wall in my office, and I started advising people. People took me seriously, and that was the beginning of my journey into the world of the metabolically challenged. Coincidentally, that also happens to be the name of my blog. To close the talk, I am sharing with you a couple of pictures for my before and after, to leave a good impression on you so that you are encouraged to learn more about this. I have a diabetes forum and I have a blog. Both the addresses are given on the screen. Do look them over. If you are a diabetic, I would definitely say do come to our site and meet some of the diabetes patients that we have from across the globe. We are always there to help you. Thanks a lot.